Hey guys, it is a beautiful day today, and this morning we just had a family breakfast, and actually Scout had like her first real high chair experience, you know, smashing some avocado on the high chair, and that's always fun for like the baby's first time to just really get in it and play and learn with food. What do you think, Scout? Fun? Are you gonna put it in your mouth at some point? Watch Sandy. You put it in your mouth. Face dance, Scout, like that. Try another bite. What do you think? There you go.
Like that. Like that.
Alright, so we just thought we would get into like answering common questions or answering questions that we've never actually answered before that we get all the time, and we thought this would be a good place to start. So I put up a little Instagram stories for people to have the opportunity to ask questions that they have, and now we're going to answer them here in a YouTube video. So, you want to start?
Yeah.
We wrote down the list of like the most common ones. What
is your favorite, least favorite thing about one another? Not an easy one.
You go first.
So end on a good note?
Yeah, let's do that.
Alright, I'll start with my least favorite thing about you. This is pretty easy actually. Definitely gotta be the loudness of your sneezes.
What? Oh, come on.
What? Are you kidding me?
That is your
No
least
matter how
favorite
close
thing
she
about me?
is to somebody, she will not hold in a sneeze. Whether the kids are sleeping, you still gotta let it out because according to her it's too painful to even hold it in, even if it means sneezing in someone's ear or waking up one of your children from a nap.
I think I'm doing a pretty good job if your least favorite thing about me is that I sneeze too loud. So my least favorite thing is probably that you're not spontaneous. Like, he really likes his schedule, and like if it like goes awry, if the schedule is like deviated, it's like hard for him. He really likes it to be like, this is what we're doing every day.
I don't know if I've always been that way, but with having kids, anyone with kids would probably understand. Kids like do better on a schedule, so when we go off schedule, the kids are more likely to get to bed late and be unhappy. I like to keep the peace.
He likes to keep the peace. And he's right, but sometimes I'm like, I really just want to be like, let's just do this last minute and just do it every once in a while, but he doesn't really like that.
If it doesn't involve the kids, I'm more open to being spontaneous.
You know, that's totally true. Before we had kids, it really wasn't like that.
My favorite thing about you, that's pretty easy. Both of these were pretty easy. I thought of them almost instantly. You're just an amazing mom.
Aww.
I mean, I couldn't ask for anything better. How great you've been with the kids and how you're constantly learning and trying to grow and that. And I couldn't ask for a better mother for my children.
Aw, that's so nice. Thanks, babe.
Sure.
My favorite thing about you is your commitment to your family. You have like this undying, committed, there's nothing can break it. This is what matters most to you, and so we're your priority, all of us. It's amazing the commitment he has to take care of us and love on us. The amount of service he shows us for everything he does for us is like amazing. So I'm really thankful to have such a committed partner. I have like no doubts, no worries, none of that in regards to like our strength and our togetherness. Yeah.
Thanks, babe.
What do we argue about most? A lot of people ask this question. We argue most about parenting, actually. I talk a lot about gentle parenting on my channel, and I'm a huge advocate for it, and he is too. We're really like on the same page on how to parent as a whole. We both advocate for gentle parenting, positive discipline, natural consequences, treating our children with respect the way we would like to be treated. That's like our main emphasis on how we parent. But when it comes down to the nitty-gritty of situations day by day in each situation, sometimes we struggle. We're like, especially, it generally is me, because I'm a little bit of a, what's the word? Overbearing.
I'll let you answer that.
What's the word? I'm a little controlling at times. I kind of have a controlling personality sometimes. Sometimes I'll see like a day-to-day situation where I feel like he's not handling it in a way that I would do it, and I'm thinking, oh, that could go better. Like, you could handle that differently. And I'll intervene and undermine in a way where like I wouldn't want to be undermined, or I will tend to say like, I don't agree with the way you're doing this, but ultimately we know that like that is not helpful, nor is it good for like the family dynamic to be like disagreeing with how we're handling situations with our children, and we're both in agreement on that, and we see how like that has caused problems from doing that. So he tends to get upset by that, and he's not happy with that outcome of how that goes, and so we'll have arguments about it, and later after the fact we realize that okay, it's better for us to talk separately in a separate location without the children to discuss and get on the same page about things, on how to handle things, day by day things in each situation, and ultimately to trust each other to handle the situation properly, whatever it is, whether it be like sibling arguments or a child like not listening and not being respectful back to us and that type of thing. But then we end up arguing because with his personality, he doesn't want to come and have a whole conversation with me, even though I'll ask politely and respectfully, can we talk in the other room for a moment? Or even after the fact, he doesn't want to talk about it because he's kind of like a let's just move on, it's not a big deal type of thing. But I'm like a let's draw it out and talk about things for a long time type of person. And so that's what we end up arguing. That's pretty much like the only thing we really argue about.
I mean, it's not the only thing we've ever argued about,
yeah.
Obviously.
No, obviously, it's not the only thing we've ever argued about.
But I mean, we're pretty common. I feel like most people with kids, parenting is probably something you argue about. We
definitely don't argue on a daily basis, and it's not like a standard for us.
Have you ever considered adopting an animal? Yes, we have. Right now we have a 6-month-old baby, and I don't know, were you ready to adopt an animal before me? I think we kind of agreed that once we have our babies out of diapers, then we'll consider adopting an animal. I don't really feel like cleaning up poop.
More poop.
From a human and an animal. So we're kind of waiting for Scout to get a little bit older, but yeah, we're definitely excited to adopt an animal.
We wanted to wait until like our kids were old enough to help us take care of the animal, which is super awesome because you had that growing up and you loved that, right?
Yep. Probably a dog. I'm allergic to cats, unfortunately, so it looks like we'll probably go the route of a dog, adopt a pet from the local shelter here. We definitely think that's a better option than buying from a breeder.
We definitely advocate for adopting, not shopping. Yeah, I would love to like rescue a pig, but that's really not possible or feasible.
We don't have factory farms in Maui.
Yeah, only if it was like from a rescue situation, and we wouldn't get from a breeder. So it looks like for us the best option for us in Maui to like take care of an animal and rescue an animal would be from a shelter. Okay, next question.
What natural remedies do you use when you or someone else in your family gets sick? Yeah, natural remedies is the way we go. Things we like to do, we like elderberry, vitamin C. Wish Garden Herbs is a brand that we really love. They make an immune formula for children and adults and for pregnant women. Someone from the Wish Garden Herbs company came to my old job and shared about their company, so I kind of had some knowledge of it, and then we've just loved how well it works. The immune formula is really great for like right when you start to feel like a cold coming on, you start taking that. So we use that. Lots of rest, lots of water, staying hydrated, coconut water, juices, things like that. You make a spicy healing broth for yourself. You want to tell them about that?
Yeah, I generally make, like if I have a sore throat or a stuffy nose or something like that, I make this really delicious and super soothing veggie broth just from scratch. I just saute a ton of garlic and onion, lots of mushrooms, kale or spinach and celery and carrots, saute it with a bunch of water. We had the Hawaiian chili peppers from our garden and a bunch of spices, and just let it seep and simmer for like an hour or 2 hours, and then just go to town drinking. I strain it, so I just mainly the broth, and then just drink the broth, and it feels so good on your throat, or if you have a stuffy nose. What is your favorite recipe from your ebooks?
You go ahead.
Mine would have to be the pad thai, and also the nachos, and also the yam soup. The creamy yam soup with the potato crisp dippers. Those are so good.
It's hard to pick just one. Recently, I've been really digging the curried veggies with rice and lentils.
Okay, sleep situations with Scout. People want to know. A lot of people are asking, like, how are we sleeping? Do we sleep train? Where's Scout sleeping? She just sleeps in the bed with us and kind of sleeps in the middle. We have this little, like, snuggle me cushion for her to lay on, but she's kind of growing out of that. And then once she wakes up, for the first time in the night, I bring her to bed and we pretty much just snuggle throughout the night, and she wakes up a few times to nurse to help her fall back to sleep. But she's like kind of getting to the point where she doesn't really need me to fall back asleep, and she falls asleep pretty good on her own, and she just rolls a lot in bed. But we're just really go with the flow, and I feel like I get pretty good sleep considering she wakes up.
We don't have to get out of bed. You just lay in bed.
So nice, yeah.
It's not like the baby cries in the other room and you have to go feed her in the other room and wake yourself up.
I wouldn't be able to function like that. And then with Sandy, when he was 1.5 years, we did this like gentle sleeping, helping him learn how to sleep.
You should link that article.
Yeah, I'll link it in the description box of this video. It's really for older children if your child's like older than 1.5 years, and it's really gentle, helping them where you stay with them to help them learn how to fall asleep, but it's real intentional, and it really helped us. But I'm sleeping great with Scout. She's just waking up a few times a night, and we love cuddling. He's really hot, but the fan creates bad noise.
What did you and your husband study at university? You both got the same degree, bachelor's in business administration.
What does Andrew look like without a mustache?
I don't really know. That's a good question. I've had my mustache for over 10 years.
Yeah, someone said, will you ever shave it?
Ooh. Ooh. I'm a little scared to shave it.
I think we should do a video, like, shave his mustache. I love his mustache.
I'd shave it one day just for the heck of it. Hey, maybe we'll make a video of me shaving it.
Who wants to see a video of Andrew shaving his mustache? Comment below. How do you keep the fire in your marriage with 3 kids? How do you find time to get alone time and reconnect? It is hard, man. It is really hard to, like, keep that fire with 3 children, because our mind is just, you know, like running a business, homeschooling, raising 3 children, like it's just, and keeping up with like friendship relationships too. It's just so hard to like maintain all of those and be like, let's make sure we keep the spark, babe. Like it's just not on your mind as much because you're just so in it with everything else. And then when we are on our mind with it, it's like, well, we got 3 children. What are we gonna do? Spontaneity has gone out the window when it comes to keeping the fire. But I think you can do it if you just really make it a priority. I feel like lately I've been trying really hard to not say like I don't have the time for this, and instead saying I haven't made the time for this. Because whatever is your priority for the most part in your life, not everything, you will make time for it. Obviously there's exceptions to the rule for different people in different situations, but keeping the fire is so important. It is so important for your overall well-being, your happiness. We're less likely to argue if we're really happy keeping the fire. What do you think?
Yeah, it's definitely harder than when we didn't have kids, but yeah, just making the time, hanging out at night, trying not to make commitments with other people for times that we normally spend together.
Yeah.
We haven't done a great job at doing date nights, but that's something we should definitely get back into when Scout gets a little older. And,
yeah.
It can be hard with a newborn, going out and leaving 3 kids with somebody. That's still, especially with the baby still breastfeeding, but yeah, just making time when you can to be together and being kind to each other helps.
And I think what's really helpful too is like throughout the day, even if you're just like in it and it's not like romantic, or you're just like doing dishes and, you know, with the kids and everything, like finding those moments to connect with your partner. We still like, we could do better, but it's a really good reminder to like find those moments to be with your partner. Just like look him in the eye, give him a kiss, her a kiss, hug her, touch her romantically, and have those little moments like that throughout the day. At least for me, as a, you know, my personal experience really helps keep the fire for me and gets me excited for, you know, something that might happen with us together. Other thing I was gonna say is that, like you said, at night having our consistent time is really helpful. Yeah. We have consistent time pretty much almost every night from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. It's like our time together. We put the kids to bed by 8, and then once we're done with any kind of work stuff, get that out of the way, we have from 9 to 10. It's our time to hang out together, and we look forward to that every night. We're like, okay, kids go to bed, it's our time together. So that's really helpful too. Again with the hot, he can't stand it. Without the fan, he's like dying. Oh, it went away. I thought I had to sneeze, and then I was like, oh, you guys can see how loud my sneeze really is. It's not that loud. What
are your zodiac signs? So I am a Virgo, and you are a Taurus.
We're Taurus. Supposedly that works really well together. I don't know. We don't really know that much about it. I find it interesting.
Well, anecdotal evidence proves yes.
Next question. This is a hot one. A lot of people ask us, and we've been avoiding answering it. Do you plan on having more kids? And we get that question all the time, and we've kind of been, or I've been kind of avoiding answering that question because I just don't really want to like put it out there what it's gonna be like later. Like, we don't really know. Ultimately, we don't really know for sure, but we're both feeling compelled and good at 3. We're like, at least for me as well too, I'm like, I feel very content with 3. I love pregnancy and giving birth, and I think it's so amazing, so empowering. I like find so much joy in it. I love pregnancy and all that, but I feel really content at 3. I'm like so thankful for my 3 wonderfully empowering birth experiences, and I feel good. I don't feel any kind of desire or need to give birth again. That being said, we both are really inspired by the idea of adoption. And this is why we haven't really talked about it, because I'm like, I don't really want to say that when I'm like, I don't really know if we will end up ever doing that. It's not something that we're like proactively trying to do right now, but we are inspired by it and we are looking into it and either fostering to adopt or adopting. And it's just such a beautiful thing. But it's such a like, it's scary, you know? There's a lot when it comes to adoption, a lot of things to think about, but we really like that idea because we like the idea of having a fourth. Yeah, is there anything you want to add to that?
I would agree with everything you said. I don't know where we're going to be in a year or two. As of right now, we're content where we're at. I don't know where future Andrew and Ellen are going to be, what we're going to be thinking.
Yeah, I know, it's really hard to know. That's another reason, because like I'm saying this now, like, oh yeah, we probably won't have give birth to another, but like we don't really know for sure what that future looks for us and where we're going to be thinking a year or 2, 3 years from now. But this is where we're at right now. That's all we have for today. I hope you liked this.
I'm really sweaty.
You are so sweaty. Oh my gosh, you're dripping in sweat. Oh, it's so hot. Now we're gonna open the windows. Alright, thank you so much for watching. We hope you liked this video, and we have some exciting news coming up in the next couple weeks. Can't wait to share it with you when it's happening, and we'll be sharing with you soon, so stay tuned. Bye!
Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye!